It's very difficult to defend against drones. Countering them has now become a age-old problem, where advances in counter-drone systems and investments in those areas are 4 or 5 years behind the latest advances in offensive drone technologies. Whereas you could have a signal jammer to stop one drone coming in and violating an airport, let's say, you now maybe have 4 or 5 drones that will overwhelm that defense system. Whereas you have a drone that could deploy a net to down one drone. You now don't know, number one, what sort of payload is on that drone, so you don't want it just to be downed anywhere. And number two, it will be overwhelmed by a swarming tactic of multiple drones being sent all at once. And of course, when it comes down to things like the GPS jamming, that was so prevalent to stop drones with a GPS link up. Now, with fiber optic tethers, you can get through all of that, or you can have terrain mapping on board the drone itself. So it has its own internal computation, and its algorithm on board will allow it through its machine vision to compare the terrain map on board in its software to the terrain that it's viewing below. So it knows exactly where it is and where it's going. And all of this make it very, very difficult to counter drones both now and into the future. As I say in my work, the drone will always get through. And so it becomes a major defensive expense and defensive problem and an offensive advantage game. We only need to look at Israel's Iron Dome, the most expensive, advanced, and effective air defense system in the world, and it has a drone problem. Because what the Houthis have been able to do, to give you an illustrative case study, is they've been able to very quickly adapt and change their drone designs on their long-range Shahed 136 type drones, and they've reduced the noise of the motors. They've brought in carbon fiber composites for the underbelly of the drone, which you can't detect as easily through traditional radar. And they deploy tactics specifically to evade that radar. So we talk about flying under the radar as a common line of speech. Well, that's what they literally do. They fly as close to the terrain as possible, and they fly slowly, so they have less of a radar signature. All of these things coupled means that both tactical drones on the battlefield, but also long-range drone systems are very hard to counter.